This Sunday, we are celebrating Farmworker Appreciation Day. It is a reminder of not only the important work farm workers do, but of the hardships they face. For many, the bulk of their work happens during the summer in extreme heat. Often, they return to their home country when the season is over. Their contributions are usually forgotten, and this day is a special reminder to honor and thank them for all they have done. Well, in recent years, new legislation has been introduced to support farm workers. For example, back in 2021, South Bay Representative Zoe Lofgren spearheaded the Farm Workforce Modernization Act. That act helped farm workers and their families earn legal status through continued employment in agriculture. Still, many say there is a lot of work to be done to help these essential workers, and often we forget about their hard work until tragedy strikes. All right, keep in mind, farm workers deal with a lot of challenges. A study from the Washington Center for Equitable Growth estimates that 20,000 workers are injured by California's extreme heat. UC Merced also did a farm worker health study survey, which revealed that more than 20% of farm workers said their employers never monitor for heat illness. And nearly half of farm workers statewide said their employers never wrote a heat illness protection plan. Well, this week, Representative Lofgren unveiled a new resolution, to honor the work farm workers do by designating March 25th through March 31st in 2024 as National Farm Workers Awareness Week. So Lofgren unveiled this resolution alongside Alisal High School student Melissa Zavala, whose voice inspired its framework. It all started through a school project.
They need more representation in schools, being acknowledged as careers rather than just general labor, as most call it.
Melissa's parents are both farm workers. She was one of 13 finalists invited to Washington, D.C. to talk about these issues and more. And yesterday, the mayor of Salinas thanked Melissa for all of her work.
Hereby thank Melissa Zavala for bringing national awareness for our hardworking farm workers and for being a leader and an inspiration within the City of Salinas community.
Well, it was a special moment for Melissa, who got to shine a light on the hard work our farm workers put in each day, every single day. And we see it really when it comes to our tables as well.
That's right. And for every farm worker out there, there's a family story behind the farm worker. And, you know, if you think about it this way, as we look at the heat that's coming up over the weekend, you know, you go to your job and you have an HR department where you can complain or voice a concern or ask for help. Oftentimes, and we found this with the shooting that they hit our farm workers, they don't have those mechanisms to say, I need help.
Yeah, and I think that's also part of the problem that people are trying to highlight. We don't think about these groups until tragedy strikes, like a shooting that we did see. And I think that, I mean, when you think about Melissa Zavala and what she did, she used what she's experienced with her family for that inspiration. And I think a lot of young people in this country who have parents who immigrated here and doing the hard work, they're doing a lot right now. And I'm excited to see what they continue to do.
And I think of them all the time, too, just forecasting these heat waves, especially. It doesn't matter if it's a weekday or a weekend. They're out there working. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. You said this heat wave this weekend. My heart goes out to people who have to go out there in the middle of that day and get that work done. And to be honest, it's amazing that we see people, young people like this, inspiring others to make action, make change. And
leading the way.
Exactly.
And just at that, when we see a lot of the fruits and vegetables that we see in our grocery stores and then make their way to our table, that's a good way to think about our farm workers.